Japanese or Mandarin, which one is harder? My friends won't stop asking me this for some reasons. So let me actually sit down and address your questions and concerns. I'm Shin and I grew up with both languages. Yes, I've been suffering since birth. Today we are putting Japanese and Mandarin head to head, breaking down the writing, grammar, and speaking. Stick around grabbing a coffee because in the end, I'll tell you my answer. Part 1. Writing system. Japanese has 3 writing systems: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Sounds overwhelming, right? But here's the twist. Hiragana and katakana are easy to learn even though they look weird. They are phonetic alphabets with only about 46 characters each. In fact, you can get by in daily life just knowing these two while you chip away at kanji. Mandarin, on the other hand, only uses characters. There's no safety net of an alphabet. You need to memorize around 3,500 characters to be literate, like literally. There's no shortcut and just pure memorization. In Japanese, kanji can simplify things because one character often carries a lot of meaning. For example, combining 2 kanji can create entirely new words, like den, electric, and wa, talk, to make denwa, telephone. So learning a rare kanji is like catching a rare Pokemon. It's challenging, but it does open up a whole Pokédex of new words. But in Mandarin, the story doesn't end there. Chinese characters are rich in meaning, especially in classical literature, where a single character can hold layers of depth. This is also seen in calligraphy and festive couplets, often displayed during Lunar New Year and other celebrations. So, when it comes to writing, Mandarin is harder.
Oh shit, here we go again.
I personally can zip through Japanese books, but Mandarin feels like reading the terms and conditions. Part 2. Grammar. Mandarin grammar is surprisingly simple.
Nice.
No verb conjugations, no tenses, and no gendered nouns. You just say what you mean, like Gordon Ramsay, straight to the point. For example, 我昨天吃饭 in Mandarin. The literal translation is I yesterday eat food. I eat yesterday works just fine to mean I ate yesterday. In contrast, Japanese grammar is a whole new world because you're not just learning sentences, you're learning how to handle Japan's social hierarchy like a pro. Welcome to the world of keigo, honorific speech. It's not just fancy talk. It's a whole system of switching up words and verbs depending on who you're talking to. Get it wrong one time and you might end up talking to your boss like they're your child. For example, the verb to do changes based on politeness. Casual one is yaru for friends or younger people. Polite one is suru for general polite use. Respectful one is nasaru for your boss or important people. In Japan, the way you speak depends on age, social status, and your relationship with the other person. Whether you're talking to a friend, a colleague, or your boss, your choice of words, tone, and even verb endings reflect their positions relative to yours. So when it comes to grammar, Japanese is harder. It's a highly hierarchical language and can get pretty confusing. Part 3. Speaking. Mandarin pronunciation revolves around tones, 4 main one, plus a neutral one. So technically 5 tones. Let's use ma as an example to show how tones change meaning. First tone, high level. Ma means mom, said in a steady flat tone, like holding a musical note. Second tone, rising. Ma means hemp, said with rising tone, like asking a question. Third tone, falling, rising. Ma means horse, said with a dip and rise, like a bounce. Fourth tone, falling. Ma means scold, said sharply and forcefully, like giving a command. Neutral tone. Ma is a question particle, light and quick, like clicking a website. So the takeaway is, if you say ma wrong, you might end up calling someone's mom a horse. Ma and ma, a little different. In comparison, Japanese doesn't have tone, so it's much simpler. But it does have pitch accents. For example, hashi means bridge, but hashi means chopsticks. It can be a bit tricky at first, but you'll get used to it pretty quickly. And I'd like to assume it's far less intimidating than Mandarin's tones. So Mandarin takes the crown for speaking. It's not just about memorizing the words. You also have to get the tone right to make it work. Ma, do you remember it means mom or horse? Good luck. So, Japanese and Mandarin, which is harder? My final answer is Mandarin is harder. Japanese wins the grammar fight, but Mandarin takes the crown for writing and speaking. Between memorizing endless characters and mastering tones, it's the heavyweight champ right there. Japanese has its struggles and mastering honorific speech is no joke, but at least it throws you a bone with hiragana and katakana to make things easier. Thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next.